Hello, Monster Band here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, part 13 of my Greasus Goldtooth campaign, where last time we had the poll. Should we leave the gates as they are, or kick the shit out of them? The problem slightly being that obviously if these guys, Chaos guys, keep respawning, that could be a problem for us. But everyone said let's just kick the shit out of them, which is fair enough. Can't argue with that. Belly Slapper, you are actually weirdly fine for the moment, and I genuinely don't know how, but good. I might. Oh, you've got a fire belly. Olag more chosen apparently, and Gordon Ramsay has been protecting the Great Hall of Greasus. We've got a new camp over here, which we are beefing up. Probably should do some recruiting. Oh, we did do some recruiting. Oh, that's very forward-thinking of me. Holy shit. You're fine there, I think. And this one... Right, we've got money, so let's build that, because then we can get more money. And I might get... Noblars. You can't go wrong with Noblars, as the saying... I don't know. Anyway, that's probably fine. Yeah, I think that's... I think we're going to lose that. To be fair, although they are mostly just burning down their own countryside, which is it's an interesting strategy. Not one I would suggest the best option, but it's fine. Black Fang in the Mountains of Morn. Oh, you actually are laying siege. Settlement lost. Yeah, I mean it's in the Warpstone Desert though, isn't it? Do we... You know what, let's... Oh, we're not... Of course we're not at war with those guys, are we? I mean... They'll prob... Wait, how are you... Hang on. Hang on. What's the corruption level here? What's the corrupt... Because I bet it's not very good. So... Right. So how the fuck are you not literally about to rebel? That seems... Oh, fuck it. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Actually, I might change my mind on that. They'll probably declare war on me anyway, but fuck it. Right, you guys are not going to go any recruiting. Get the fuck out of my life. Dromagai FC, you get in there. We're building all of that, which is great. We're going to push these guys back. We're going to see if we can rescue... Block Army is going to do nothing. It's going to do nothing. Could try and shank this guy. I don't think we're going to stop that. That's a lot of stuff. Good job, Vod, though. Nice work. Right, we're gonna do a little bit of rotating stuff. But can you run away? Are you going to try and run away? Oh no, you're just going to sit there and take it. You're going to take. You've got a lot of compasses. What do you need a lot of compasses for? You don't need a lot of compasses. Xiao Ming. Good old-fashioned ogre charge. Why not? Taking a little bit of cannon fire, but nothing we can't deal with. We'll return some of the cannonballs. Seems fair. Like how they got a little camp up here. This is nice. Do a little bit of camping. Lovely. Get in there, lads. Greasus, of course, bringing up the rear, as per usual. And while the Iron Guts crush the enemy halberdiers, the Gorgers are climbing up the hill behind the enemy army. Because there's some lovely tasty artillery and crossbows. Hello, lads. Yeah, get your compass out here. However, Zhao Ming is not going to let us get away with such things. He is moving back to reinforce his rear line, leaving his front line to get mauled by ogres. Which is not going well for him. Now, I do like Zhao Ming. I like him more than his sister. Because he does shit like that sword attack, which I just fucking love. That's glorious. That is good stuff. Also, I think Mr. McFryer might have been shanked, and I didn't notice before the battle. Never mind. We don't need him. It'd be nice to have him, but we don't need him. Because, let's face it, it's a bunch of squishy humans and an overgrown, rather skinny gecko. I mean, there's no meat on that, is there, really? That's going to be like ribs, and I hate ribs. I know some people get very excited about ribs, but me, no. It's just seems like a lot of work for not much meat, personally. That's my hot take. Okay, so Zhao Ming is really struggling to hold his army together. What's left of it, anyway. Because a lot of it is very dead. And now he's getting pummeled from all directions by a horde of angry ogres. Oh dear. That is not going very well. Did they have some... Did they have some... Oh no, those are cannons. I thought they had the rockets. I was like, well, I didn't see any rockets fire. Did we get to them before they even fired any rockets off? But, nah. That's fine. Now we just need to beat up Zhao Ming. Which shouldn't be difficult. I don't think he can go anywhere. He's a little bit stuck. Never mind. You tried your best. I hadn't even realised we'd lost our bloody Firebelly. Did he get stabbed? Yeah. Good. Good. Right, you're dead.
It's feasting time, boys! Tuck in, boys. The over-tyrant.
Right, all that kind of good stuff. That's fine. And you want some lads. So far, so good. I might actually take Nangao. I can't... Like, sacking it is all very well and good. And we've definitely given Cathay a bloody nose, which is good. Although, the rift will open up fairly shortly. So that's something to keep in mind. You are, for the moment, actually fine. But I don't think there's any point. Camps are really hard to defend. So I'm kind of like, why bother defending them?
Join our next great feast.
Like, until you get like the elite units. Join war against the dreaded Wu. No. Why are your allies so quick to go, hey, you're bored of those guys now. Let's kill them. Yeah, I thought you might. I thought you might do that. Alright. You give that to... I don't really care, to be honest. Genuinely don't really care. Ah, Bone Chewer's back. Where is he? There he is. Oh, you can't really miss him. Let's see. Wait, what? Contract. Oh, contract aborted. Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
Boss of bosses.
I'm not massively cut up about that.
I bow only before dragons.
Okay, you guys aren't in. Are you just recruiting artillery these days? Is that what you're doing?
Feast.
So this is going to give us 4,000. That one's going to give us 14,000.
Eat 'em.
Well, I know where I'm going. To give you a good hard bopping. Of course, we're going to bring our lead belchers up first. One, because they're a bunch of the best boys. But secondly, because they outrange literally anything that Cathay can bring to bear. Well, apart from the crane gunners. Apart from those guys. But everyone else, not a problem. And that means that we can just basically freely murder the fucking lot of them. Good times. Right, so far so good over there. Meanwhile, behind, we have the Saber-Tusk Pack and the Gorgers. And as the objectives slowly fall to our side, the enemy sends a Grand Cannon to probe. I question that decision, personally. I'm not entirely sure sending a cannon by itself to probe for unknown... You know, if you're like, we've lost contact with this sector of the settlement, you go, send the cannons. Just send them to go have a look, see what's going on. Personally, not a particularly good idea, which means these cannons are going to instantly get annihilated as Saber-Tusks charge and rip them to shreds. Yep, that was not a good decision. Bad plan. Never mind. Yeah, I think the plaza's pretty clear, mostly. Just some Celestial Dragon Guards running for their pitiful lives. However, they are now pulling out of range of the lead belch, which means we're going to have to push inside the settlement, which is kind of annoying. Meanwhile, we've captured both of these objectives. The cannons are being wiped out, so I'm thinking maybe we can send the Gorgers round across this bridge here. Sort of hit. There's another Grand Cannon defending this objective. We can send them over there because, of course, these guys are stealth. They get no problem. We can easily get round there, nice and easy. Now we've got some Jade Warriors and some Jade Lancers advancing. Let's see what happened to the cannons. But our Saber-Tusks are more... I mean, they've got 69. Nice. The sexiest amount of melee attack. We have been spotted, but I reckon our kitty cats can easily knock out these Jade Lancers. And accompanying swordsmen. So already they're in a lot of trouble, which is good. The Gorgers are advancing across the bridge. We've got the Saber-Tusk Pack back here after having shattered that Grand Cannon. And I'm moving over here to grab this Grand Cannon and this objective location. And then we're pushing into the settlements. We need to bring the lead belchers up. They can outrange the crossbows. They built barricades here to protect themselves. Not necessarily a bad choice, but our lead belchers can outrange them, and so there's not much they can do about that. We obviously need to take that objective as well. Yeah, the Jade Lancers are dead, and the Jade Warriors are fleeing back from whence they came. We do have some Celestial Dragon Crossbowmen, though, who need to get hunted down. So we're bringing the Saber-Tusk Pack from there. We're bringing the Saber-Tusk Pack from here. These guys are not going to get shots off. Nope. Down they go. They have been buffed with Harmonic Convergence, but that's just going to basically let them survive a little bit longer. And they do have 69 melee attack as well, so we're both pretty... It's a pretty sexy time there. But here comes more Saber-Tusks coming from the rear. So pretty much sealing the fate of that crossbowman unit. They're gone. The Gorgers taking out the cannon. We're going to take that objective as well. And now that lead belchers are basically in position, although we do have some slight issues with some Jade Lancers currently bearing towards them, but they don't seem to be able to decide what they want to do. So we're going to shoot them with cannonballs. And of course, we should be able to take down that barricade pretty easily. The barricade does give them additional bonus of range. But I don't think it's going to be enough to outrange us. In fact, I don't think they're actually docked to the wall anyway. Taking a little bit of fire, but they're targeting the stone horde, which I'm kind of like, that's fine. I don't really care about that. The saber tusks are key. They've just secured this side of the city. Like, there's nothing. They're sending drips and drabs to attack them. But the saber tusks are just holding them back. The gorgers knocking out a few more units that are being sent towards them. Gorgers seem to get stuck very easily. I don't know why. Maybe they've just got a large footpath? Footprint. That's the one. I'm sending ogres in now to finish the job, seeing as, let's be honest, we've just taken these guys apart really easily. This has been very, very clean, very, very effective, using those stalking units to the best of their ability, keeping them hidden, using them to grab objectives and then hunt down various units. Some of them have gone out of control now, which is a bit of a problem, but considering that we now control the vast majority of this section of the city, and also they've only sent some peasant long spearmen to attack us, which are going to be easy meat. And there we go, the barricade's down. With the barricade down, it means we can shoot these crossbows relentlessly, and the stone horns are closing in. I do like my catos. My catos and my gorgers. But I kind of love the catos more.
Rebuilding commences at once.
Greasus, the shockingly open.
Okay, well I think that worked out rather well, didn't it? Got a nice big chunk of change. Right. Right, where... oh, there we are.
Slaughtermaster.
Right, I'm tempted to take out... I reckon we can make this rebel. Not that it really matters declaring war on them. Let's take the income there. It doesn't really matter declaring war on them. And we can recruit some more lads. Oh, a bull standard. That's actually pretty nice. Uh-oh. Alright, you're not in range, which is just as well. Let's head back this way. I'm going to have to intercept you and deal with you. Oh, Belchit, you're under siege. And there's nothing... I don't have any forces in the vicinity that can go and help you. You're on your own. Sorry, buddy. You're going to have to just deal with that by yourself. If we upgrade that in one turn, we've got some more buildings we can upgrade, which is good.
The boss.
We want to upgrade you. We need 8 growth for that. We've got 7. One more turn. That's good. And Tommy. Piercing bolts are burning.
Survivor of the flame trial.
Buds, just come over here. There's nothing we can do to help him. You're not an assaulty boy.
Flame trial.
I guess you could block that army? Is that what you do? It seems... just go around, like, torching their feet while they're not looking.
Interference will cost you your life.
Realistically, how effective is that going to be? Really?
No stone can stand lava.
I mean, lava is stone. Isn't it? Okay, we're going to have a little bit of rebellion down there, which I don't really care about. And that's wrecked, and I don't really care about that either. Ah! Well, you know what? They didn't siege for as long as I thought they would. So maybe this is fun. We don't really need the food meat, do we? More speed. It doesn't really matter. May as well. Might be his last meal. Okay, we're going to start off by being very aggressive and charging out from the south of the settlement and taking the fight to the demons of Nurgle. So we've got the Mornfang cavalry coming around behind. Ogre Bulls getting some lovely charges in. The idea is we're going to wear these guys down, finish them off. Elsewhere, to the west of the city, we've got a small force basically just trying to hold these guys back for the moment. And northeast we have the Greater Demon of Nurgle, the Great Unclean One, which we're going to deal with the cunning use of a shit ton of knives. Now the Great Unclean Ones are great, but they are very large boys, and they're also pretty easy to hit with anything. So we're just going to chuck knives at Gerspor here until he stops hitting us, basically. So all of our Noblar trappers are just chucking knives this general. I mean, it doesn't help that he's also getting hit from the back by his own units, which actually works out for me. So anyway, Gersport is already down to half health. The rest of our ogres trying to hold back the demonic horde in this direction. Meanwhile, over in the east, this is where Kugath and his reinforcements are arriving from, and we need to deal with this because this is a big issue. But it is mostly Nurglings. People rave about Nurglings, and I really don't understand it. Like, Plague Bearers? Yeah, people seem to hate Plague Bearers, though. Oh, look, he's dead. Okay, good. Yeah, this is the problem. If you have a Great Unclean One, lock down the enemy missile units. Don't let them... This is what you've got Rotflies for. Rotflies, Plague Drones, all that kind of good shit. Use that. Don't just let your Great Unclean One get shot to pieces, right? That's a bad move. Anyway, lots of Nurglings here. Nurglings are bad. They're just really bad. Like, I don't understand... I think that's why people think Nurglings are bad. Or Nurgle's bad. Because they use Nurglings to go, well, I can't win battles after a while. It's like, well, no, because you're using fucking Nurglings. What are you expecting? I mean, they're, you know, as a tier 1 unit, they're definitely better than most. But they're still fucking Nurglings. They're basically like a cheapy throwaway unit. That's what they're there for. So, Olag, more chosen, holding the line, backed up by some Ogre Bulls. I had a little fire thingy there, that seems to do some good damage. We need to get another one in there, maybe some, like, Burning Head or something. Basically, we just need to roast these guys alive as they try and reach our line. So here comes the Burning Heads. That seemed to do some damage. Probably a waste of Winds of Magic, to be honest, but there we go. With the Great Unclean One dead, we are now mopping up the Exalted Plague Bearers. The Man-Eaters there, which is good. Over here, we have finished off. This attack has been blunted, and we can bring these units back, badly damaged although they are, to come and reinforce our position. Over here, this is just a holding action. We're just holding them back. That's all they need to be doing, really. We need to knock out Kugath's forces. Not an easy job. There's a lot of stuff being thrown at us here. Nurgle's very good at grinding you down, and that's basically what we just have to kind of let him do, because we can't really cycle charge with ogres here. I mean, basically as ogres, I feel like you need to do one big charge, and then you're probably fine. But, you know, we're fighting Nurgle, you can't really do one big charge. Another little flame pillar is going to immediately go and roast our own units. Oh, no! No, that's all of it. Like, it had to go in this direction. It had to get, but it went the wrong way. Holy shit, it like literally just went and roasted all of our own units. Unbelievable. Little Burning Head there, but it has done a lot of damage. If only that flame pillar had gone the other direction. Oh, it went straight, like it lingered over our units. Which is absolute bullshit. It manages to rout. I mean, you managed to rout most of our units, Olag, but you did get 105 kills. And that has basically wiped out Kugath's force. Kugath does not have much left. He's got himself, he's got the Soul Grinder of Nurgle, and he's got some Exalted Plague Bearers. The rest of his force has been absolutely devastated, and we have more forces now coming back around. We just need to finish off these Exalted Plague Bearers. I'm hoping that the Man-Eaters should be able to just finish them off. Got some towers there as well to help out. Okay, we need the Noblars. Basically, I need Noblars. I need Noblars to knock out any large unit like, I don't know, Kugath or the Soul Grinder, because here comes the Soul Grinder. The Soul Grinders are no slouch. With 8,000 health, 90 armor, and very good stats across the board. You know, he's going to be a toughie to deal with. Even if he's used all of his ammunition, he's still going to be pretty tough to deal with. And the rest of our army's already pretty beaten up. We're losing ground in this fight, but looking at numbers here, we can see that the enemy troop has been reduced to about a quarter of its strength. And you have to remember that the vast majority of Nurgle's forces are demon units, which means they will crumble. They won't run away, which means losses are losses. Nurgle has thrown everything he's got against us, and he's lost a lot of guys. Lots of knives coming in there. It's like a house of flying daggers. And garbage balls. Which is good. And cannonballs. That's all helping. That's good. But that Soul Grinder, I don't really have an answer for it. Hope it dies of its own accord? Probably. It does seem to I think. Oh, it's because they're... No, not Miasma of Pestilence. Piss off. Go away, Kugath. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And, yeah, they're really healing themselves up, which is not ideal. And they're using Blight Boil and all that kind of good stuff. And that's doing a lot of damage. And, of course, that means that they heal their health. I mean, it's, you know, basically it's a big problem. It's a big problem for us. We don't really have an answer for it. So that's not great. Over here, just a horde of Plague Bearers are slowly taking out our ogres. Not much we can do about that. It's, you know, I left basically my crappy units over there. It was just a holding action. General Belchitz is here. He's going to try and help take out the last few units. Now, looking at numbers, we can see that realistically, Kugath here has his Soul Grinder and himself. The rest of his army's been disintegrated. They also have the forces over here, but apart from that, it's just these two, the Soul Grinder and Kugath. We can take out a Soul Grinder and Kugath, right? 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 General Belchit still has quite a lot of health left. I just don't know if he's killy enough to take on, because that Soul Grinder is just he's very tanky. Come on, we've got plenty of ogres here. Nothing can stop us, right? Okay, yeah, everyone charge in. Everyone, everything, everyone. Get some towers up here. This force has been annihilated. Not much we can do with that, but we can build towers just to blat them as they try and take objectives, and that will slowly grind them down. We outnumber the enemy quite significantly. The only problem being that two of them are the Soul Grinder and Kugath. The Soul Grinder is losing health. And Kugath, I mean, the thing is, Kugath is very tanky. He also has 112 kills. He's a very tanky boy. And he's also healing himself up, which I can't do. Yeah, so the Soul Grinder was also healing for Sundati. That's their army ability. I mean, we're doing our best, but Kugath is just racking up the kills. That Soul Grinder just won't die. And we don't really have any kind of like proper target piercing towers or anything. Like, well, we do have piercing towers, but they're cannonballs. They don't really do... They're not that accurate. What's this? Golfag Skull Chewer. So this is the Fire Baby who does not have any spells, which is a shame. Our other Fire Baby got killed. Kugath dropped a Rancid Visitation on his head, and he died. And a vast majority of my units are now running away. And this fight goes on for another, I think, 4 or 5 minutes. And basically we lose. That's spoilers. Turns out it's very hard to kill Kugath and a Soul Grinder. And they can literally just tank you until you all die. So that's unfortunate. But poor old General Belcher. He tried his best. He held the line. He killed, well, basically 2 stacks of Nurgle, which is not bad. Well, unfortunately, General Belchit has belched his last, but he took a shitload of Nurgle with him. I mean, they've only got 5 units out of 2 stacks survived that invasion. It's very much a Pyrrhic victory for Kugath there.
We're going conquering. No good meat on them.
Guess I'll take the cash. Army receives oh no, General Belcher. I mean, if there's one faction that can replace their losses almost instantly, it's going to be Nurgle. Let's be brutally honest there. However, we do need to deal with you guys, which I think we can just auto-resolve that. Yep, that was fine. The Wind of Pain. Cave Painter, Nobblood Treasurer. Those guys are dead. I'd kill those guys. I don't really... Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to chase you down because I do not want you recruiting. If you start recruiting more goddamn shit, I'll be so annoyed. Right, Stonehorn. Yes. And Gordon Ramsay, who has been doing very well so far. My goodness. What a legend. Does he have a horrific stench? Maybe. We can't be sure, can we? Blood Gorger is okay, but it's only 1 unit. Toothcracker. More armor missile resistance. I tend to think the best kind of defense is a good offense. More armor for Ogre Balls? You know what? I'm going to grab this. Because I'd love my Catos. We know this to be true.
Tyrant of the tribe.
So we're going to try and keep them. Keep them fresh. Now, where did that... No, I have to make sure this camp stays alive. Hello. Well, that's good to know. Right, if you come down here, we can maybe bop this army. In fact, can we bop it anyway? You're going to run away, but... Is it too far? It's not too far. You are going to get the reinforcements from that settlement, which actually is probably bad news for the reinforcements, all things considered. I mean, we could lightning strike, but I may as well kill all of them anyway, right? Right? Right. We're going to charge the enemy. And then we're going to kill the enemy reinforcements that turn up. Shouldn't be too hard. Saber Tusk pack coming in from behind. The Gorgers coming in from the flank. Oh, it's good stuff. And the enemy artillery desperately trying to reposition, which is a terrible mistake because it means they can't shoot at me. And it's giving me more time to charge them. Yep, right into the crossbows. The enemy infantry didn't even slow me down. Just instantly just like, I'm just going to charge straight through you. Thanks very much. And a Saber Tusk pack coming in from behind. There we go. Cannonballs being shot up. Oh, that Sky Lantern. Coming crashing down. And the enemy is being attacked from all sides. Enemy reinforcements will be arriving in but 40 seconds thereabouts. We may wipe this army out before the enemy reinforcements arrive, but even if we do, I'm going to wait, because that way we can kill the enemy reinforcements, and that of course is the garrison, and then we may be even able to reach the settlement nearby where the garrison came from and sack that as well. Double trouble. Big money prizes. And it does seem like the Cathay forces are... Miao Ying must be sick of losing armies to Greasus at this point. I mean, to be fair, she started it. Or did I start it? I can't remember. I might have started it, to be fair. But I'm fairly sure she did. Either way, she's regretting it. That's the important thing. This Lord Magistrate needs to... Don't shoot scrap balls at my lead belchers, thank you very much. Ah, here come the reinforcements. Well, these guys are from the western provinces? Western. Never eat shit. Western. So, you know, little dragon twin forces joining each other to try and bring down the ogre threat. The thing is, I don't want to be a threat to them. I'd rather be a threat to someone else. In hindsight, I shouldn't have allied with those ogres. I should have just immediately gone to try and ally with Cathay and killed ogres instead. Because I'd much rather be friends with Cathay, and then they can help me against chaos, rather than the ogres who do not seem to be doing very much. Our lead belchers are in position, which means we're going to give them a nice face full of cannonballs. Lovely little artillery barrage there. The lead belchers are definitely one of the most fun units. Look at that Lord Magistrate like legging it in the opposite direction. Oh, ooh, you're taking so much damage. Okay, we do need to lock down these Celestial Dragon Crossbowmen though, because they will do a lot of damage if we let them, which is why we're then charging in with the Iron Guts. Gonna pick off those crossbows, Saber Tusk pack, smashing into them. Oh yes, that's the stuff. Saber Tusks and Lead Belchers. My favourite units in the Ogre army. Definitely. Without a doubt. Okay, well, it definitely seems like... the enemy garrison has been well and truly and soundly thrashed. Bet they're regretting trying to come to the aid of their fellows, eh? Eh? Yeah. Yeah. Should have stayed out of it. Good, good. That worked out rather well. Killed the garrison and the army. Can we just walk in here now? I mean, you're basically dead, aren't you? So, guess I'll be taking that. Thanks, guys. Wow, things are not going very well for the Cathayans, is it? It's a bit... They're struggling a little bit, I'll be honest. Yeah, you do that. The only slight problem is, as soon as we're away from the camp, they will fuck it up. Like, they cannot wait to take that camp out. And fair play to them, because, you know, it makes sense strategically. But, there we go. Right, down here, and we've got a fair chunk of cash, but we don't really have enough to, like, recruit another army. I want to retake Black Fang. Karakazorn must stand for the slight amount of income. How much money do we get from trade? I mean, in hindsight, probably not really worth it, is it? Really? Really? Probably not worth it. Never mind.
Survivor of the flames.
Let me guess, you want me to... Oh, you want military alliance? I'm going to be honest. Having a military alliance with the ogres was actually a terrible decision, because I could have made friends with Cathay. And that would have been far better for me. Realistically. Yeah, mission aborted. Yeah, well, I'm not going to do it, am I?
Must face.
Let's be brutally honest here. Can I just reach the bastion? Oh, it's Miao Ying is there. So we could kill you. I think you've got a lot of artillery. You could move a long way, can't you? I could make it more. 20%. That would actually, you know what? That would be really useful when we're in the realm of Nurgle, wouldn't it? Because then we could basically just camp up and just race. I mean, you can already move fucking miles, which is insane. And I'm tempted to just charge the bastion and kick it over. However, I think maybe hitting the terracotta graveyard would be the better option. Because that's going to weaken you further. I don't know how many settlements you've got, but I'm basically terrorizing your capital at the moment. So you cannot be having... You cannot be having good, happy time thoughts about what I'm up to. So I'm just going to attack the Terragotta graveyard over here. It says valiant defeat. There's a lot of reinforcements. Are they sky junks? Holy shit, they are. Well, that's fun. Arriving in 2 minutes. No problem. I mean that, and I really like dicking over Miao Ying. That's probably one of my favourite things. Anyway, I did tell my ogres to like attack these walls, and it said, yeah, you can, and then they didn't, because like it looks like the fort walls are indestructible. So I don't know. Anyway, we just told them to move up. It's fine. And turns out that Stonehorns are really good at breaking down walls. Come on, hit it, hit it, hit it. Yeah, you see that's pretty effective. And what I should have done is use my Stonehorn to like knock loads of holes in the wall and then send my ogres through. We are sending the Gorgers and the Sabertusk pack through the gates. Of course, they got spotted at the last second, but smashed through that gate like nobody's business. Okay, we're through. Now, the only problem here is that the Rock Ball is going to be shot to pieces by Celestial Dragon Crossbowmen and Jade Warrior Crossbowmen. And there's not much, because we don't have any forces in that area, so basically they're just kind of stuck dealing with it by themselves. The Gorger's going to come through and tank the Jade Warriors and the Jade Lancers. The Sabertusk pack trying to go and come behind the enemy so we can get them around, knock out these enemy crossbows. The crossbows, of course, are the main threat at the moment. I don't want them just shooting me. Ideally, we'd have Mr. McFryer here to drop some flame columns on things like the Celestial Dragon Crossbowman. Unfortunately, of course, he got stabbed, and so he's in Fire Baby Hospital. He'll be fine. And the scrap launcher seems to be a terrible aim. Never mind. The plan to get the Saber-Tusk pack around the flank is working out actually really well. It was quite a lot of effort to try and get them disengaged from everything they were trying to fight at the gate. But as you can see here, we now have the Saber-Tusk pack charging in right into those crossbows. Those crossbows are now basically dead. They're trying to get away, but we do have Bone Chewer, Bad Santa, and Greasus blocking off their escape. And the Gorge is making short work of all the enemies at the gate as well, and now coming in to help as well. So basically, this section of the city is locked down. We have some Ogre Balls in the centre there, knocking that down. We only have a slight issue here on the right, because this is where we are taking a lot of missile fire from those Celestial Dragon crossbowmen. We're now bringing the lead belchers in to try and get some fire in on those guys if we can. If we can get them in without being like engaged in melee combat. But as long as we can hold on a little bit longer, we can bring the rest of our forces to bear. Having finished off the crossbows there, we can now push up, maybe take the plaza at the top here. Take the little objective. We're trying to get there. We go. Our lead belchers are now getting around. They're taking a little bit of fire. Doing a bit of damage to them, but they could weather that. That's no problem. And then we just need to shoot up these Celestial Dragon crossbowmen to make sure they are not causing us any more problems. Like that. Okay, I think we've got this under control. It's now a mop-up operation. We just need to capture this objective, but enemy reinforcements are on the way. Including 2 Sky Junks, a bunch of archers, and Terracotta Sentinels. You know how much I love Terracotta Sentinels. Fortunately, we haven't seen very many of them. But one's too many. To capture this objective, which means these towers have collapsed, we do need to start like mopping up some of these remaining units hanging around. We're going to bring the lead belchers over here to make sure that any fleeing unit stays that way. Ideally with a cannonball up their arse. Saber-Tusk pack running down some Jade Warrior crossbowmen, more than capable of dealing with them. And what I want to do is get the lead belchers on this gate here, on this bridge. That's the thing. That's what it's called, a bridge. I want them on the bridge. I want them on the bridge while we just mop up these surviving units that are still hanging around. Greasus is chasing Zhong Yuan. Hit him. That's it. Hit him again. He's getting away. He's slightly faster than you, Greasus. That's it. Go on, push. That's it. You never catch up with him. He's gone, mate. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. The belchers are picking off those units. Yeah, I did think they might start rallying. So we're going to make sure they don't. Now, units like these Jade Warrior crossbowmen, they turn around, they'll just get a face full of cannonballs. Okay, we have a Terracotta Sentinel that we need to deal with. And while we're dealing with that, plenty of the enemy units will be taking up the centre here. And they'll be using this to try and defend the rest of the city. I probably should have just gone up the centre, shouldn't I? I should just like bludgeon my way through there. But mind you, with the ogres, you can smash down walls really quickly. Walls mean nothing to ogres. You're actually going to get a charge off on me? Or are you going to break instantly? You've got 3 morale. You've got minus 3 morale. I think you're going to be retreating very soon. A Celestial Dragon Guard look like they're cresting the hill. And as soon as they do... Yeah, doesn't... Yeah, okay, well, I think they're gone. They're back down the hill anyway. Oh, these Terracotta Sentinels, they're just so tanky. Just ludicrously tanky. It's upsetting. I hated them in my Zinch campaign, and I had to fight so many of them. There were 6 bloody Terracotta Sentinels in one siege. 6! Greasus is probably my best option for knocking out a Terracotta Sentinel, but he's currently chasing a Jade Warrior Crosswoman across the battlefield, so... I like the fact that Greasus is fresh, but I bet those Nobblers aren't. Are you literally just chasing after him? He's not even... He's a bit scrawny. I wouldn't worry about it. This way. Come on. Come over here. Come and help against Terracotta Sentinels. Meanwhile, we're taking some objectives over here with units of Iron Guts and Saber Tusks. So we'll take those across there, grab that minor supply location as well. The Terracotta Sentinel is almost dead. We're taking a bit of fire. I want to get those lead belchers up here, but I didn't notice this unit of Jade Lancers. And unfortunately, I think the Noblar Scrap Launcher is getting shot in the back by cannonballs. Which is not ideal, but I think the Jade Lancers are probably getting the worst of it. Oh, these Sky Lanterns. Jesus. Right, is this Terracotta Sentinel almost dead? He's almost dead. He's getting there. Can we finish him off, please? That's it. Keep hitting him. Oh, did they just cannonball their own Terracotta Sentinel? I think they might have just cannonballed their own... Well, good. Well, thanks for the help. Now we're going to charge and basically kill everyone in the centre here. Including this other Terracotta Sentinel. But especially all these Peasant Archers. And these Sky Junks, who I really only have... The Lead Belchers are basically the only unit that can bring the Sky Junk down. We don't really have anything else that can do it. So the only other option is just kill everyone until there's no one left. And then we can just win that way. Which might be the optimal solution. Sabertusk Pack coming round, trying to knock out this cannon. And the Rock Bull is engaging the Terracotta Sentinel. I'm not sure who's winning that. It says combat even. But of course, the rest of the enemy army is squishy Peasant Archers. Oh, and, you know, a Grand Cannon. These guys aren't even facing in the right direction. Oh, they are facing in the right direction. All right, fair. I put my hands up there. I was wrong. They are facing in the right direction. Fair play. Ned Belcher's taking position on the bridge and trying to pick off that Sky Lantern. It is doing significant damage to it. But it's a bugger to hit. I mean, you'd think a cannonball would be pretty effective against, effectively, a big balloon. But, you know, what do I know? Okay, we're all over them now at this point. They've really only got the Sky Lantern, or Sky Junks, I should say, left to hold the line. The Peasant Archers are being routed. The artillery is being picked off. Just that really annoying Terracotta Sentinel to deal with. He just... Oh, those things just don't die. Oh, I do love a good sacking. Or do I raise it? No, I'm going to raise it. It's like a big fuck you, Meow Ying. Fuck you. And then we can head back to our camp. Let's see if we can... Wait, can we... Oh, we can. Let's try damaging the walls. I haven't... Oh, good job. Good job. Damage walls. Yes. I have yet to really... I wonder if... Right. I wonder if...
You come before. War unceasing. Just a sample.
You don't like me. I don't know why. I've yet to actually fight you for anything, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm fighting the people you don't like. And yes, I'm at war with the people you like, but still. But still. Is it because of my treaty? Right, my treaties with the Sons of the Mountain and Tusk. Okay, so if I get rid of those guys. Because they're not really doing much for me. I mean, if the Orcs could get a capital, then at least I could recruit units off them. But they can't even manage that, which makes them worse than useless. Which isn't ideal. I also need to get rid of your absolute insanity, which is probably slightly detrimental to you performing as you should. No, why are you going that way, you stupid bastards? Oh well, never mind. Okay, you head that direction. That's fine. We're building that up. That's fine. You don't know why you're there, but that's fine. That's also okay. Okay, right. Well, we're definitely messing Miao Ying up, and indeed, and the rifts will open fairly soon. Now, obviously, I'm sort of tearing the hearts out of Miao Ying here, and we will just tear down the bastion, because we can't use it for anything, right? If we take the bastion, it's basically just empty settlement. It doesn't do anything. As soon as someone walks in, they just take it. So if we raise that, then obviously that makes big holes in their bastion. That'll be fine. But do we want to capture it? Because we're doing quite well down here, aren't we? We're really kicking the shit out of them. Like, they don't really know what they're doing. They're sort of like massing forces in Shangyang, but Miao Ying in the north is desperately trying to hold on to the bastion against the forces of chaos, while a big mad fatty rolls around and basically trashes her stuff. But do we want to capture, because we've got the mines, do we want to capture sort of Nangao, Wenchang, Terracotta Graveyard? Do we want to grab all that? Or do we just sort of like, you know, continue our rampage? That's going to be the poll for next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.